Hello? Checking 1, 2. Oh, checkers 1, 2. Oh, checkers? Yes, this is a test to test the sound of OBS to make sure you guys can hear what I'm hearing. Yes. Alright, I'm done. So yes, this is the Combs sample pack. I'm going to show you guys what I did inside of my session, and I'm also going to release this project file for my Sound Squad subscribers, so if you want to go ahead and download that, you can. It's got this preset thing in here, just pretty much everything I did. But I'm going to show you each group here because this session I kind of had my ups and downs. The first time I tried creating a cool bass sound, I didn't really, I mean I wasn't satisfied with the sound that I created, so I just started over. But I'm going to show you this first phase plant bass here, and I have 2 MIDI tracks. It's just the phase plant. Let me get rid of all these automations, it's kind of hurting my eyes. But it's basically just a phase plant and a bunch of processing, anything I can do to try and make a cool bass sound. I threw frequency shifter, comb or a flanger, filter table, anything to just try and get, you know, a bass sound. This is what it sounds like. And yeah, I don't know, I just was not satisfied with that sound. And eventually it got to a point where it just sounded like noise to me. Well, I guess it all kind of sounds like noise. But yeah, so this is the sub bass. And I also did some post-processing inside of the group. Of course, our best friend OTT, Shaper. And for the second phase plant, I also threw a whole bunch of OTT on there as well. I did 2 of them, and even inside of the preset. But yeah, we're going to focus on this first one real quick. But yeah, I don't know, I just wasn't satisfied with this sound. I think the first 2 samples inside of the sample pack... Oh no, the first 4 were created with this first preset. I actually got the wavetable because I used Faceplant's wavetable to create the patch, but I got the wavetable from this faceplant up here, and this was just me messing around. I mean, there wasn't any specific thing I was doing. I was just trying to create a cool wavetable. Actually, when I was creating this, I didn't really have the idea in mind that, oh, I'm going to make a wavetable. I just opened up Ableton, opened up a fresh patch inside of Faceplant, and I decided, you know what, I think I'm gonna, I don't know, just gonna make something. But this is the wavetable that I use for the basses, and I have the snap ape in here. I use some filters. I did parallel processing. Then I pretty much just added a bunch of filters, did some distortion, did a low pass filter. I have a high pass in here as well, lowered down the gain because it was a little loud. Then I also added a filter table to do some sort of comb, or add some sort of comb effect. That would have probably sounded cool as well if I turned that up all the way. Then I have a shaper to distort the sound. I put it in mono because I think wavetables do best when they're in mono, and also when there's not a lot of pitch information, because that kind of messes up the wavetable. Then I added a gain and lowered it down. And of course, once I got the sample, I just went ahead and recorded it, and then exported that, imported it into Faceplant. I could probably make something cool out of that eventually, but maybe I could turn this into some sort of weird like one-shot thing. Or maybe some background noise, honestly. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to turn this into like a background filler or something like that. We could even mess with the warp inside of here, just to, I don't know, something cool. I could definitely hear something with that, though. Maybe like I said, maybe a filler or something, or maybe even can be like a layer for something. I don't know, we could like, we threw some delay on here or something. Let's see. Maybe some reverb as well. And then maybe some shifter. my favorite effect. We could even, oh my, okay, I'm going off of the subject here for a little bit. That could definitely be a filler. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, if I layered this with this thing over here, because I also just realized, because this was the bass that here, let me show you guys real quick. This face plant was the second bass that I used to create all of these basses. But then, I don't know, I kind of found something cool. I turned off the sub for this preset, which it's got a little bit of a click and there's some like noise after it. But that's because of all the OTT that I used. So that's why it's making that. It's just so loud. It's basically got that little like noise effect at the end of it. Yeah, it's basically, it's from all the OTT. But if I added that on top of, if I added this little thing right here on top of this bass, if I turn off the sub, maybe it'll sound cool. I can lower this down. Oh gosh, oh my gosh, we're making goofy music. This is like, what's that song by Infect? That sounds like something, kind of like Infect, I guess. But yeah, I turned off the sub for this, and I think this could be like a cool layer on top of a sub. But yeah, this preset is a bunch of effects. Yeah, I added shaper, disperser, multipass, did some OTT, just a bunch of effects really. And then of course our wavetable, that's the main sound for this. Oh, and I also, one of the main reasons why I called this the Combs sample pack is because I have the snap heap in here, and I have like 3 combs, a disperser, and a gain. But I basically layered a bunch of combs with polarity to minus. And I mapped them to a macro, and I got this sound with that comb effect in our wavetable. So that's why I call it the Combs sample pack. I'm gonna turn that background thing off. It's actually kind of annoying. Yeah, this was fun to work on. Let me actually just show you the original sound here. If I drag this thing out over here and then turn the sub bass back on. Oops, gotta turn that EQ8 off so it doesn't cut the sub. Yeah, something that's a little bit long. I'm just gonna shorten it. But yeah, it's basically just that patch. If I re-enable this macro knob here, the comb filter effect thing, and I just did some automation. But yeah, that is the preset. Yeah, it was kind of frustrating at first because I couldn't really get a sound that I liked, but then I'm like, I think I am satisfied with this faceplant preset. But yeah, that is the Combs filter sample pack. Now I want to show you guys the loop really quickly. So yeah, I'm just going to open that project file up really quickly. The secret to the Krabby Patty formula. Okay, so this is the session right here, the loop session thing, and this I'm sorry, I have a lot of energy. If that's what you were wondering, what the intro thing there was. I drank like 10 Cokes today, and I don't recommend that, but anyways, back to the loop here. It's just a bunch of bass one-shots, and oh, this bass is a little different actually. This is a faceplant. Man, I just love faceplant. Of course, our best friend OTT, and some reverb. I love throwing OTT on a bass faceplant, just makes things quicker. But this is just a sine wave with FM. I have an analog here. I turned up the harmonic all the way, and then I did phase modulation, and so that's how I got that like resonant thing that you're hearing. And then I also did some automation with a reverb. But yeah, and then I did a square wave for the sub, and I put a low pass filter on it, and I did for the cutoff, I set it to 100 hertz. Then I did automation with an LFO, and I distorted it and add some more OTT, and got that sound. Oh yeah, also want to mention that this project is also going to be available for my Sound Squad subscribers, so both projects are going to be available. Yeah, if you want to check that out, you can. So yeah, this is just basically a bunch of one-shots from the sample pack, and then just this faceplant bass. Then this little thing down here is also from the sample pack. I just made the samples a little bit shorter. And so it's going faster, and it's just like a background on top of this faceplant bass. And so, yep. And then for the drums, actually this kick is from the previous video that I did, short punchy kicks. I'll leave that video in the description if you guys want to check that out. But this kick is from that sample pack. And then the rest of the samples are from previous sample packs that I made. Like the snare and the clap, those are layered together. I always like to layer a snare and a clap when I'm doing drum and bass. And then the hat, and then the other hat. So 2 hats equals one gigantic, one ginormous hat. One gigantic enormous hat. One giganamatorous hat. There we go. Wait a minute, 1 Giga Chad hat. Anyways, so yeah, those are the drums. And that's pretty much it actually. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.